On October 29th, my dad passed on suddenly, fairly suddenly, from kidney cancer. He had only been diagnosed maybe 2 weeks prior, if that, and had a week of radiation treatment and then immediately went into hospice. During this time, we had an incredible amount of support from family and friends, neighbors, people calling from all over, coming and just knocking on the door, saying, "Can I come in?" And during a time of extreme pain for my dad and the rest of the family, we had an incredible amount of support from everybody. And in this video, I just want to talk about what that experience was like and where I'm at now. My family is pretty close. Over the past year, some things have happened, and obviously the world has shut down, and we had kind of lost touch with some members, and a huge blessing in devastation was that those people came back into the family circle, and we were able to reconnect and bring back just a relationship that wasn't there. I also, my brother and my sister and their families moved in. I live with my parents, and in a tiny space in the backyard, and we were able to all be here in the house for, I think it was just over a week, and be here to support each other. My dad, 3-4 weeks before he passed, was driving himself to work, driving himself to doctor's appointments, and still went to a party and still doing things, and then it very quickly took a turn and went another direction. And my mom and I were initially the ones that were helping my dad with everything, and he like I said, very rapidly couldn't do much of anything for himself, and so we were very busy taking care of him and trying to keep up with doctors, and 2 weeks before he passed on, still looking at other treatment options, and very busy, just keeping ourselves occupied with everything that needed to be done. And then after his radiation stopped and we realized that he was needing hospice, things got even more intense, and my sister and my brother and their families moved in, and we all were taking different jobs and taking different shifts. My sister's kids were here and still, with everything going on, still trying to focus on school, and I never experienced a like, I guess a lot of cultures have that where they kind of live with their extended families and they all kind of grow up in that village mentality. And that's what really happened here. And it was extremely beautiful and unfortunate at the circumstances, but really such a unique experience that we were able to share in everything that was going on from, the time that we woke up until the time that we went to bed, and actually staying up through the night with my dad taking shifts, and just being there to take care of him and support each other and just do the things that needed to be done around the house, and helping, where any of us could with my sister's kids. And we had 2 dogs here, and lots and lots of family and friends coming out, or friends and neighbors, I should say. We don't have, other than that family, any family in the area. So, yeah, we had a lot of people who were trying to come and see him in his last few days, last couple weeks. I know that during this time, my mom and I, who had been actively very engaged in everything that was going on with my dad for 3 weeks, were definitely like burning on fumes, running on fumes, towards the end here. For my health, I'm sure most of you watching know some of my health history, that just in this past year I was able to start living like life fairly normally, I guess, whatever normal means. And I had been doing very well. I was very stable. I had a little bit of mold exposure in July, and I cleared that out of my system and was working 2 part-time jobs. I just started going to school again. I'm actually working on a test right here. I just started getting really emotional and thinking about this. I was like, I'm just going to pick up my phone and film this. And so bringing that to now, I basically completely burned myself out. And during that time of go, I had no time to process, because things were rapidly changing from, we don't know what's wrong, something's wrong, he's in severe pain suddenly, we don't know what it is, to lots and lots of testing for a couple weeks, and then finding out what it was, and my dad getting, weaker and weaker as this went on, and more pain, and then trying to figure out pain medications and natural remedies, and doing everything. That's one thing that my mom and I have a very strong suit in, is health related things, from my experience. So definitely was able to utilize a lot of those skills throughout this, and hopefully make my dad more comfortable in his last month on this planet, in his body. And so it was just go, constant rapid change, treatment, looking at next treatment, and then boom, hospice. And I think it was that Saturday that he went fully into hospice, and then it was Thursday morning that he passed on. So it was extremely quickly, even quicker than the nurses that were coming in were like preparing us for, and kind of working with them, which was really cool to have like the whole family come together and really like pull together to be like, okay, we need to do this for his meds, we need to do this for this, okay, now we need to learn how to do this, and different processes into hospice and things that were going on. So back to where I am now is that I completely burned out. My nervous system, my adrenals, everything going, not eating enough. I had planned to go to a camping thing with some dance that was involved, and ecstatic dance, and I wasn't sure if I was going to go or not, and I'm very glad that I did go and ended up having a really good time last weekend, and really was able to like free myself. We were just out in nature, really didn't have I didn't like barely look at my phone the whole time. It was just super nice to be out in nature and just experience being in the present moment and allowing some things to come up and flow through me. Talk with some people that I could open up with and just share what was going on internally for me. Over that weekend, I had been previously losing appetite with everything else going on, and over that weekend I really lost my appetite. And because you're camping, it's not super easy to just like make food, and I don't really eat snacks. I kind of cook every meal, so it just made it a lot. It wasn't as accessible to just like make a meal real quickly. So I didn't stay up too late. I didn't, really didn't like not take care of myself. I just, I think food was like the main thing. I definitely nourished myself with like-minded people and expression of dance, and it's basically just like a free flow movement kind of dance where you just kind of mainly dance with yourself and just let things move through you. And I've been doing that every single day now, and had been up to that too, just kind of really falling into that just free flow movement and allowing things to flow through me, and that's really been a big help. So when I got back, definitely I just had just like a huge well, no, it was kind of a gradual energy drop over this past week. And then this weekend, once a month, we have a 20-hour weekend intensive. So it's 10 hours Saturday and 10 hours Sunday. And I was just feeling like I just needed a nap. I was having restless legs. I wasn't sleeping well at night. Still not. And then I started to have like waves of anxiety, which I haven't experienced that in a very long time. Like, I'm trying to remember if that would have been like beginning of the year. Like, I don't even know, the end of last year. It's been a very long time to just have that kind of bubbling up like that, just kind of on its own, seemingly. I know that there's definitely underlying reasons to that. It's just sometimes seems to come out of nowhere. So yeah, this weekend I was just kind of hanging on to trying to focus on class, and of course it's all online right now, so I was kind of just falling asleep during class, and during the hour and a half lunch break I napped for an hour one day and a half an hour the day before. And then yesterday I had some work to do. I had some more school stuff to do, and I was just super, super tired. Like I was having trouble just like having conversation or anything. So today I had scheduled a acupuncture appointment for myself to hopefully calm down and be able to just relax and really try to work on that restless legs so that I could sleep and bring up my energy, just my overall vitality. And I was laying there in that, I'd get for like the hour that you have the needles in, and I at the beginning was okay, and then like it's like the anxiety was just like waving through my belly. I can just feel it in my belly, just like going through, and I was just, okay, like I just got to feel into this. What is this? Like allow it to process, allow it to go through, and ground myself. I was like going through all the things. Okay, just don't think about anything. Just trying to really get it to go through, and then I came home here and I've been working on school stuff, and I still was having the waves of anxiety. And actually, since I've been talking to you guys, I've not had the anxiety. Maybe I just needed to talk about this. I know that my system is just down, and I'm grieving, and I'm finding some sort of new normal, whatever that is. And I'm still trying to work and do school and have a social life and enjoy my friends' company and my family's company, and I'm really thankful for them and their support. Another thing I just wanted to mention is that I have been practicing my own modality of energy healing for the past almost a year now. And it was really cool because I started doing like some practicing with my parents, and my dad really liked it, which I was really surprised about. And as he started to not feel well, he was asking me every single day, sometimes multiple times a day, to do energy work on him. And he really was starting to feel into it, and he was responding to it, and had like such a cool bond with him. And what an unexpected, beautiful surprise to have in something that's been very sad. And as he was the night before he passed on at like 7 on October 29th in the morning. And that night, my whole family came down into the family room and just slept in here and just stayed up talking and crying, and going over to my dad, and every time he'd make a noise or something, we'd like go to him, and I got to have the honor to do energy work on him as he was leaving out of this body and moving on to wherever he's going next. And it was really cool to have that experience with my dad and feel his auric body leaving his physical body slowly over the night, kind of pulsing and pulling away, and having a knowing that like when I do energy work on him, it's very comforting to him. And I just wouldn't have expected that my dad would have been the one out of my two parents who would have really been into all that. And it was just a really unique experience, and I hope that I was able to facilitate in him leaving this physical plane, and provide something that he may not have had if somebody wasn't there to do that. So I guess life goes on, right? And I know that my dad would want me to be doing everything that I'm doing, and we had a party for him. We didn't have a funeral, we didn't have a celebration of life. We had a party for him with all their friends in the area. Again, our family doesn't live here, so we will have a family party when we go back to Wisconsin, where everybody lives. And so, yeah, it was 2 days later after he passed. It was Halloween, and we had a party, and we invited, people into the driveway. We have a big driveway, bonfire, social distancing, masks, out in the driveway. Just having lots of reminiscing over my dad. Lots of people coming up and telling stories about him, and sharing pictures that they found, and it was just really cool. Our family is into Harleys, and so we had the local hog chapter. Some of the members, some friends, really really good friends, came over and rode in the Saturday after he passed, and revved all their engines, and then got off and said a prayer for him, and that was really special. You know that, like, the people that you love are loved by people around you, and that you love them, and sometimes it takes, like, devastation to realize how much those people affected other people in their lives. And this past month will certainly stick with me forever, and has lots of really sad moments and lots of grief and pain, and also some really beautiful blessings that I would have never expected to be involved. So that's some of the story of this past month and my dad's last few weeks here in this physical plane. And I'm gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. Well, if anybody made it to the end here, thanks for listening. And I think I needed to do this for myself, even if no one watches this. I hope this helps somebody, though, if they do find this and are going through something, whatever it is. I've lost somebody. Alright, guys. Thanks, as always. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.